Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny. So I bring quick updates. We all know this beautiful lady here is one of the favorite wife of Alaafin of Oyo. Her name is Queen Dami. She was thrown out of the palace. I think it's middle of 2020 or early 2021. She cried out, she came out, made videos that she was thrown out of the palace. Then we started hearing that the reason why she was thrown out was one of her friends she brought in the palace. She said she saw the friend coming out of Alaafin of Oyo's room and something like that. She started having quarrel with her friend, that her friend must leave the palace. A lot of things. She was practically being insultive to the king. They warned her to stop. She continued and she was thrown out of the palace with her baby and her mother. So when she came out, she started making series of video accusing Alaafin of Oyo of being the one responsible for her father's death and all of that. She said a whole lot of things that she's not supposed to say to the king and also to her husband. A lot of people pitied her because Gistova posted her video, her pictures, account number to people to help her so that she will rent a house, because she said she don't have anywhere to stay with her baby and her mother. So people now contributed money for her. She rented a shop and a house for her to stay with her mom and her kid. So things were going on where before we started knowing it, they said she was dating MC Oloma with Queen Dami. She was started living a kind of a crazy lifestyle. That's what I would call it. So people that even contributed money for her was disappointed. When those people commented on her comment on her post, she will insult them. She started insulting everyone, even people that helped her, even people that contributed money for her. Before we know it, she started apologizing to the king, begging. She carried her son, went back to the palace. They did not accept her back. They pushed her out. So she went back and continued. People came for her because she was ungrateful to people that was there for her when she was chased out of the palace. All the lies she told against the king, how they killed her father, blah blah blah, all those things. She thought is something you can just come on social media and apologize and they will accept you. And she also lied that the king is not giving child support to her baby, whereas it was a lie. The king's media house made a statement that they always send things for Queen Dami's child, but she lied again. She lied that they are not sending her anything. So in all those mess, then 2 days ago the king dies, and this woman right here, Queen Dami, they said, I saw her. She posted this picture you're seeing right here on her Instagram page to mourn the king, calling him daddies, plenty names, saying crying, all those kind of mourning and all of that. A lot of people were consoling her, pitying her. A lot of people, because people did not know that she was not even accepted when she went back to the palace. And I'm sure I did that video. If you check my video last year, you will see the video. So right now, she went to the palace because she heard that all the wives of Alaafin of Oyo, that they are going to share the properties of Alaafin of Oyo to them, to all those 13 wives that are still at the palace. She now went to the palace with her mom to go and claim her own property and all of that. And she was practically disgraced and sent back out of the palace because they said, you were not with Baba when he was alive. You insulted him. You did all manner of things to him. To him, you talk bad about him, and now you want to come and claim inheritance. So the Oyo chief made it known that as long as you are Alaafin of Oyo's wife and you are not with him when he was alive, you left him or you was thrown out of the palace, that any of his inheritance will not that they will not give the person anything, even if it's a cup of water, they will not give the wife. Then my question is, what about this? Let's forget about this Queen Dami, her silly behaviors or how she behaved at the palace. Because why I'm calling it silly behavior is she knows that the king is way older than her. She accepted to marry the king. Nobody forced her. So why can't you stay? Since you said you want to marry the king, why can't you stay, be obedient to your husband, be obedient to the rules and regulations at the palace, since you said you want to marry a man that is way older than you? Why can't you abide by the rules and regulation of the house? Even if the king wants to marry other wives, you were there before. The other wives were there before you came. So if the king wanted to marry her friend, according to what she said that time, why would she try to stop the king? After all, the king was married to other women before getting married to her. I don't know if you guys understand. Anyway, so what I'm asking now is, what about her son? Won't they share inheritance to that little boy? Because that child belongs to the king, you know. So won't they, let's not say they're not giving to Queen Dami. What about the son, the child, the little child? Because the child belongs to the king. Even if they don't want to give anything to Queen Dami, would they deny that little baby his own inheritance? Because is his father. Even if the mother was chased out of the palace, you can't judge the deprive a child of his or her inheritance because of the mother's misbehavior. You understand? I don't know, is it or your state tradition that as long as the woman was chaste, the child or the wife's children will not inherit anything? Like, if you are from Oyo or you are familiar with their tradition, just tell me on the comment section. Let's just interact, because I don't understand. Even if a woman is pursued from her husband's house, if the child will still inherit the father's thing. The child still has the child is still has a father. So since Alaafin of Oyo is dead, I think they should not deprive that little baby of her father's property when sharing it, because you can't left him out, or other children of other wives that left. They are still his flesh and blood, unless they did autopsy, is not autopsy, sorry, unless they do DNA test and they found out that they are not his biological children. But as long as they are his biological children, they are not supposed to as in, they're supposed to add them when they are sharing this Alaafin of Oyo's property, even if though they don't want the mother to get any, but the child is still the child of this man. I don't know if it's tradition of Oyo state or the tradition of the palace. If you are from there, you can just tell me on the comment section, because I'm not really understanding. But for me, if you will not be with a man when he's alive, is it when he died you will now come and want to come and drag property? No, now, after everything you did to him, after all the social media disgrace to the king, and this lady, he has the audacity to come to like come collect property. Like, who does that? Nobody. Even if they are the even if nobody will talk, one person will still talk. Even if this man was not a king, if Alaafin of Oyo was not a king, if he was an ordinary man, if he left him when he was alive, if you come back when he's dead, the family will not even look at you. Even if you cry, lie down for ground, roll till your head broke, nobody will even answer you. So you are not there when he was alive. You spoiled his name, you made a lot of people to hate him. You know a lot of things that this woman said about this Alaafin, and the most highest one of it was accusing them of killing your father. Like, what? Anyway, we don't really know what really happened, but we are just saying based on what we heard, So thank you so much for watching. Just drop your opinion on the comment section, and I'll see you guys on my next video.